All right, thank you. It's 723 on WTIC. Just call me Mr. Sunshine. All right, Alden Davis is here. We're going to do a little star power workout for the 13th of March, 2010. Star Power, of course, you want more information on it. Alden created this whole system. It's myvaluetree.com. And today, okay, now let's talk about this. You've got a bad organization and you have bad communications, and which one's first, and just explain what's going on here.
Well, what I've been seeing, and it's interesting, just so far this week I've had 4 requests of people looking for help dealing with communications, interpersonal relationships. It's not about material flow. It's not about business finances. It's about our people aren't able to dialogue well with each other. And Ray, this is going from small groups of 4 people to groups as large as 40 people. It's ranging from customer-supplier chains to intergroup relationships. And when these dialogues go bad within a group, even the simple issues become complex. And just recently, I've watched this happen. Person lost their job over it because the relationship had gotten so bad. And this is in high-profile kind of issues. Mm-hmm. When the relationship gets so bad, you're left with no choice but to start to replace the people. So, and it can lead to just general disengagement and malaise in the job. So what we're going to talk about today is how to give yourself a competitive edge in this economy by fostering effective dialogue in your organization.
Okay.
Well, but let's start by saying, what is ineffective dialogue? I think we're witnessing it all the time. This is where the lips are moving more than the ears are working. And I'm only affirming my viewpoint. So, I mean, it manifests itself as I deny data, I'm preaching, I become binary, I like it, I don't like it, I become insulting, withdrawing, or over-apologizing. And then this leads to infighting, counterproductive communication patterns, passive-aggressive behaviors, misaligned agendas, and positioning. Now, all of that starts to slow down work and the accomplishment of the objectives.
Right.
So what starts to cause this ineffective dialogue? Well, if you look at Thomas Kilman and their work on conflict resolution, they say there are 5 styles, and one of them is called compete. Well, I've noticed people get stuck in compete, and they only want to win. It's about me and my agenda, and once that happens, it's characterized by...
My way or the highway.
That's right, and I really don't care what you have to say.
Because I'm in charge here or whatever. Right. Or
it's my position, regardless of who's got the power. Right. I'm going to try to get it through.
That can be dangerous.
Sometimes people get stuck in their emotional distress. And I mean, I think this starts to get more at the core of why we have the ineffective dialogue. But at some point, they feel their work's not appreciated, or they're not appreciated, or their opinions aren't valued, or they need a lot of direction and other people don't understand it. But it manifests itself in people not listening to each other. So what do we want, Ray? The skill set we're talking about today is straightforward. Now, remember, on our star power model, there's an A for abilities. And this is an ability that is absolutely marketable. And it's that ability to have productive dialogues with others. So we want people to display productive behaviors. Why? We need folks making accurate and timely decisions. We want to give them the freedom to act. We want our folks united in purpose and being given direction based on shared expectations. So what does effective interactions look like?
Well, tell you what, let's solve that at the end of the news, which is coming away from break for weather. Can you do that?
Wow,
Hold that thought.
I'm ready to go. Go out to My Value Tree and print off the listening model while we're on break.
And then you can put it into action in about 10 minutes. Does that make sense?
We're here.
Okay. It's 7:28 on WTIC. Alden Davis, myvaluetree.com. Alden Davis still here just for a few minutes. We're talking about effective communications. And basically the premise here is a lot of bad things happen when there's not good. Which is first, though, the chicken or the egg? Do bad communications start the problems at work, or do the problems at work start the bad communication?
Oh, for today's sake, let's say the bad communication start the problems at work, because it all drives out of the people and how the people are feeling.
So we've been talking, you've got to, for an organization to work and for you to survive, you've got to be able to communicate with people. So we're trying to give you some tips as to what you can do.
That is absolutely the point today. Effective dialogue and effective interactions with people is a skill set that you can develop, and it gives you a competitive edge in this marketplace. The ability to broker deals, the ability to get people into action, the ability to have clarity around the work, give good instructions. But it says you have to be able to give messages and receive messages from the people as well. So that brings us up to what do effective interactions look like? And we've got 8 items here. One is good listening skills. Now, this one's a whole topic in itself, Ray. And out at the website, I've posted the listening model that I developed. That's at myvaluetree.com.
Oh, good.
The ability to set expectations creates effective interactions. Being able to negotiate differences. Learning how to deal with conflict. Each one of these 8 points is a whole discussion in and of itself. Respectful behaviors. I posted an audit sheet out at the website. There are 55 different behaviors that say, I respect you, or I hold you up with esteem. Ooh. Now, just being able to do that sets the stage for effective dialogue.
Okay.
The ability to give feedback without being insulting or criticizing. There's a whole discussion about learning how to decode somebody else's hot buttons, those single words that tend to set people off.
I know Angela has them, and I know what they are.
Bam, and you can push them well. But see, if you're pushing them, it starts to shut down effective dialogue. Another good trick is actually being able to represent the agenda of an opposing person. Doesn't say I have to agree with it, but my ability to articulate it starts to open up the way for good discussion. So here's some of the words I would expect to hear people say.
Okay.
Actual language that fosters effective dialogue. Phrases like, tell me more. Or next time. Let's not dwell in the past. It's not about if only. Good. It's next time. It's we can do it. How do we find info about? Why do you say that? No problem. What can I do? Okay. Or I believe. Or possibilities are. Each one of these phrases starts to set the stage for effectiveness.
Okay.
So we can begin an exploration of these topics at myvaluetree.com. Mouse over Star Power Resources. Check out the effective listening and the respect audit. Because with effective dialogue, you can have long and productive performance. Ray, it's a worthy investment of time and energy. So remember, folks, these are our days. Decide for effective dialogue today and let your star shine brightly.
There you go.
Alden Davis.
Alden Davis. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you in a week.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, that'll be a good thing. 7:45. Let's take a break.